Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Thea 2, The Shattering. We are not quite done delivering wood to the Slavian yet, I'm working on it. But this happened and I thought I should catch it on video, because it's very difficult to understand what occurred here. We have this unliving rat now, but wraiths are weird. Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Thea 2 The Shattering, where there's a big new update containing a bunch of cool new stuff. That's the good news. The bad news is it is 100% save incompatible with games from the previous version, so we're gonna have to finish our game on this version before we jump over to the new version and see the new stuff, like new human male mysticism classes, which I'm excited about. So, let's finish the game. Let's finish this game so we can do that. We're kind of killing it on this line. This line is just a matter of time, so we're still very focused on this thing. Unfortunately, you can see here we're in a boat, and we do not have the 50 Slavian rep we were hoping for. They only wanted to take wood from me one more time, just once, and then I no longer have the option to give them some. So, I think what we're going to do here is sail around the coast looking for another Slavian village, and maybe give them all of our bonus resources. This note up here is just the merchants, from that guy that we pulled out of the thing. I don't care about interacting with them. I have no interest in it. So we're just going to sail around the coast of this island, look for another Slavian village, and if we can't find one, I'm going to throw a whole bunch of logs into the ocean, and we're going to go to Dwarf Town. How are we doing back home? Slowly we build. Okay, we've made an awful lot of ancient wood. Let's turn it into a whole bunch of sacred wood. We actually are getting a little light on coal, I noticed, so maybe we should reassign some people here. What are we doing on foods? We're a little low on fish as well. Just have somebody fish a bit. Okay, it looks like we're also out of mushrooms. Do we need this many people focused on wood gathering? Probably not. Give me some mushrooms as well. Okay. We are slightly overburdened, but I don't want to throw stuff away and then find a village, and the boat's still, pretty fast. 10 move will have to do. Thank you, Windstorm. I really don't remember where the other villages were. The good news is that the island is shaped in such a way that we'll be able to see almost all of it from the water. The bad news is that means that there's an awful lot of coastline to sail around, so it might take us a minute to do so. I just got an achievement. Apparently they added new achievements. There's actually some stuff over here we haven't even ever seen. We might want to start looking in that direction. Alright, it looks to me... Ooh, terrain artifact. Now, because we are so overburdened, we're pretty slow on land, so I don't really want to get out of the boat just yet, not until we actually have to. Yeah, I cannot remember for the life of me where we have seen villages. Okay, there's some Slavians over there, which suggests that there's a village in this direction. I don't know what that node is, but we should probably go check it out. Yeah, okay. I'm fairly confident that there's not a village up here, because we were in this area when we were talking to the Stingers, right? Let's head down this way. We'll sail around to this side. If we have to get on land, we will, but I'm really hoping we won't. Okay, let's do our move here and then pop back to the village. And how are things going? We've almost burned through all the sacred wood. Or we've almost created all the sacred wood. We can actually put somebody to work on one of these suits of armor now. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good crafting time there. And this will slow down the production of the sacred wood, but that's 100% fine. Okay, how are we doing on food types? We are down food types. We have lost a level of task efficiency. Well, here's the thing. I don't care that much. It's a lot of micromanaging. I kind of wonder if we were to solely focus on getting through the quest as fast as possible, I wonder how quickly we could actually win. Do you think we could do it in 200-ish turns? That might be a thing worth trying. Okay, a shallow reef, we see a shipwreck, we swim over and check it out. Someone or something is struggling to swim to the surface, but being attacked by swarms of nasty fish. Yeah, we can help some people here. I am not afraid of fish at this point. You've heroically rescued a trained wolf. Okay, that's cool. Loot the ship. Alright. We got stuff. Some of that stuff is probably just going to get thrown away. See, we're more than 10% over our carry limit, so we are actually suffering a little bit of a movement penalty now. Well, yeah, we really never were over here. There's terrain artifacts and stuff all over the place. I'm hoping that the village is going to be, like, right next to the coast. Our dragon bee is slowly leveling. None of this stuff is directly relevant to his skills. I guess wits. Considering that his only skill is combat, wits is pretty okay. I am not confident that we are going to see a village here. Okay, we observe it, we kill the undead, we burn their terrible armor. It's an elven greatsword. They're at least trying a little bit with this one. Okay, great. Lots of heavy metals. Okay, you guys really don't have to grill any more fish. You know what we could use, though? Some fried mushrooms, some fish cakes. Yeah, like, I like a lot of the systems. Like, there's some cool stuff going on with the food system and stuff, but it does, over the course of a long game, get a little tedious to manage. I'm not really sure what they could do about that. Do I want you to be... I think I want her to be faster more than I want her to hit harder. Also, what is this thing? I guess let's get on land and interact with it. I don't remember what this node is from. Oh, it's the exhort. Right. I remember this guy. Okay, try to help him. This event does not matter at all. Demand the demon be released. Attempt to break the magic, etc. Look, I'm out here helping people. And we've gained some... Wow, permanent sanity gain. That's a pretty good way to resolve that quest, I guess. Okay, if I'm this town, where would I be? I guess it's not really that much slower to just get in the water, because we really are not fast on land right now. Aha! There it is. And that's the one with the flag, too, so if we got to 50 over here, we could actually recruit from them. Oh, I should probably go back to the town. It doesn't... We don't actually gain food types if we cook away all of the ingredients. So you finished this. Let's spend a moment here just re-upping all of our ingredients. We're also short fruit. And then I think... Yeah, actually we're good from there. I guess we could gather even more fish. Okay. We have 2 points of movement at the moment. Not like totally ideal. I'm going to talk to this village, and then we'll see if they want our wood, and if not, we can discard a bunch of it. Obviously, we should take no damage at all fighting these, like, random possums. It's kind of annoying, though. They're standing directly in my way. And it costs us a point of movement to interact with them. I do kind of wish that, like, in a situation like this, where I've just spent a point of movement to interact with the thing in that space... We should move into the space for free after the interaction, right? Like that, we spent the point, we should get the move. Oh well. Alright, Slavians, tell me you want to take all of this extremely heavy garbage off my hands. Okay, they do seem to want some wood. Wait, did we really burn all of our wood already? That can't possibly be right. Well, I mean, whatever, I'll give them 50 of this, that's fine. I wonder if It's just the case that they will only accept... How did I give them one too many? What's going on with me? Oh, wait. Sorry, we want this to be a 5. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. What is going on with my brain right now? They only wanted 25, not 50. That's the core problem, is that I just kind of assumed it would be the same value of wood the other village wanted. I don't want this. Okay, it's a slow gain. You know what? Unliving Rat gets 2 points of wits. Oh, these are very slightly more difficult possums. The funny thing about that is that they're considered to be more difficult. Okay, so these guys do not want any more of our resources. That means we can dump a bunch of stuff. That group was considered to be more difficult because there were more total units in it, but that doesn't actually, the way the Thea battle system works, that doesn't necessarily actually increase the difficulty at all, right? I am actually going to throw away 400 wood. Let's start with that. Okay, that's got us to a reasonable amount of movement. I'm not sure whether interacting with the groups will actually give us an option that will increase our rep. We will certainly try. Throw pebbles is terrible. Okay. We may, in fact, not be very far away from winning here. Okay. Thieves. Do whatever. Yeah. Okay. We could send a group out from the village to handle that. I guess we should. Okay. Oh, we'll have the Unliving Rat go in alone and convince our verminkin to leave. I mean, the Slavians have reacted poorly in the past when they have sent us out to kill wildlife, and then we have convinced the wildlife to leave peacefully instead, and probably nobody's actually going to be mad at us, like faction-wise, if we do kill these rats. I'm just going to actually deal with them. It's not a bad shield, we just don't need a shield. We certainly don't need this. Okay, 7 points is pretty good. So I don't know exactly how much trouble we're going to have. Yeah, we can fight these guys easily. Don't launch your terrible wand. Yeah, we certainly can, How many enemies are we going to have to fight before I have control of my people again? There we go. I don't know how difficult it's going to be on Dwarf Island, is where I was trying to go with all that. Oh hey, they're willing to take stone and wood again. You can have all of this stuff, and also 2 of these. I also do think that the way the system for interacting with other tiles works is really strange in this case, where like it costs me extra movement to give them both stone and wood. Doesn't seem like a thing that should cost extra time. Okay, boars are roaming nearby, we wipe them out and we get to 50. Easy enough. Boy, there sure are a lot of boars roaming nearby. They were not kidding. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm very happy to see this. Now, this one doesn't get us to 50. It gets us to 45, but now if we see that event again, that's another rep up where we need it to be, which is pretty good. I believe that is the last... That would be the last one, right? Because assuming we need to get dwarves to 50... yeah, Slavians are rep number 3, dwarves are number 4, and then Shadowkin could be number 5. We might actually get this done. Also, one of our characters did hit level 20. I had not realized that we were that close to it. I mean, not many of our characters are going to be, especially since we had such a small number of characters for such a long time. You already know Outmaneuver. I guess you can take Ghostly Axe and have some perception options in every challenge. Use your mental prowess to figure out what to do with these boars. This is we're passing now a challenge that is just us thinking a little bit. Okay, it's got us to 6. I mean, we may as well recruit, right? If only for the fact that it'll give us more carrying capacity. See if you can recruit anyone. Do we want a child? I was thinking, like, if we got a new child, what would we make them into? Probably, at this point, like, I would strongly consider another hunter or something. So we can just get a hunter. I guess the child's going to be more powerful, because we'll raise them up properly. Yeah, let's just take the child. Okay, the family wants to be paid. That's fine, I have a lot of heavy stuff I can use to pay you. It does, like, even though this is effectively very similar to throwing this stuff away, it feels bad to me to throw stuff away. I much prefer to get something out of the deal. So then I guess there's definitely the question of whether we should send the kid back to the village, where we have a lot of extra stat points and he would grow up even more powerful. 35 turns. Part of me definitely wants to just go to Dwarf Town. I think that's what we're going to do. Kid's just going to deal. So let's give the kid a dog. Yeah. Let's give the kid a dog for some stats. We have these books. I don't know. Hold one of these books. I'm not actually sure how good the dog is relative to the wolf like when actually summoned into combat. I bet the wolf's better. And the 3 points of sanity increase from the dog are probably not actually worth anything. We get the same amount of perception from the wolf. Okay. So actually, I bet it will be faster for us to get back in the water, instead of traipsing across the island down to the south. So let's go to Dwarf Island and see if they want to talk. See if they're feeling charitable. And we can just hope that we get the Dark Spirit event one more time at random. We have had games where we've gotten it a bunch of times in quick succession. It's a shame that the Shadowkin as a faction haven't actually spawned on this map, because it would be totally trivial if they had a village somewhere to push our rep up the last 5 points. Well, I guess I'm making an assumption there. We don't know. Their village might work like the water demon village that you get from the Kraken, where you don't actually have any meaningful interaction options with it. Okay, let's have a look at cooking. So we now have tons of ingredients. We also have just like really a lot of fried mushroom. Okay, you could make us some. We have way too much grilled fish. We can make a little bit of mushroom bake. That would be fine. We also could really use... I mean, where's our sitting morale point? We're at the task efficiency level. I guess we don't really need too much more. But we should be able to make... Yeah, now that we have vegetables, we should be able to make vegetable stuff. We could pickle some mushrooms, apparently. Let's have you come over here and pickle some mushrooms for us. Just push that a little bit higher, because we're about to lose a food type from the meat. I'll let them do that for one more turn. I don't know how exactly you would solve this, but it would be kind of nice if you could maybe like set a little bit more complicated logic on the town, like if this kind of set a food recipe in the queue and then be like, if this type of food falls below 30, then come back here and jump back in the recipe, and if it goes above 100, then go back to what you were doing before you jumped down here. That's a whole big complicated system that I could totally understand why they would not want to implement. Just kind of spitballing here. I guess we could use some more... We could do a little bit more conversion. We didn't actually look at that new suit of armor. Oh good, it's trash quality. It's still 42 points of shielding. Like, it's hard to be too upset about it, honestly. Who wants to wear this right now? Death Lover, congratulations. That's probably not right. It should probably be Meat Basher. Congratulations, you're the most armored person. Maybe one of the most armored people we've ever had in a game? I mean, those are pretty good suits of armor. So if we can't get the dwarves, or sorry, if we can't get the Shadowkin leveled up, who would be the next one to focus on? We could just try to get the Spirit Talkers back up. We don't actually have a way of gaining rep with the Water Demons reliably. There are events, but we just kind of have to get lucky. So it might be fixed rep with the Spirit Talkers. Actually, we could go do Alpha Clans. That shouldn't be too hard. I don't really want to go to Elf Island if I don't absolutely have to. We have to go to Elf Island to finish our Divine Path quest and get the other seed, which I guess would be okay. Where are we at on this? We have 24. I mean, we're going to need a bunch. So yeah, just work on that for a while. We've not actually been out here. I don't have vision of the island. But we know approximately what direction it's in. Maybe you shouldn't start knowing where everything is. I don't know. I guess that's just an instinct from many other games. It doesn't really add anything to the game for you to be unaware of the positions of the islands. It just makes the sea voyage even more treacherous than it already is. And it sort of wouldn't work anyway because you can see through the fog. So you would know approximately where the islands are, just not which one is which right away. Let's level up weakness. Not that I necessarily think Ostrogniev is going to be involved in a battle where that's going to be relevant. Alright, let's see if we can find a dwarven village here. Well, look at that. That wasn't very hard. I wonder if they'll talk to us. I honestly don't... Have we been on Dwarf Island at all in our previous playthroughs? I probably should have got on shore in a place where we could be gathering fish. That was a little bit of a misplay for no reason. You have arrived in the Metallic Lands, an unforgiving region of stone and metal. When the Shattering unearthed the ancient dwarven cities, the land around them changed. Even trees became hollow husks of iron, and grass fossilized into rock. It looks like pretty sharp rock, actually. This foreboding land is home to the Earthbound, who were forced out of their underground kingdoms, also to rock trolls and dragons. Be wary. But hey, free mithril and eggs. Oh, definitely level up Horn Impale. Never stop leveling Horn Impale. Okay. Yeesh. That is a difficulty 8 yellow challenge. To be perfectly honest with you, we might be able to just do that. Let's try it. I think there's a good chance. Yeah, it's not like we don't even take very much damage. We're very good at yellow challenges. You talk a good talk. Come in, but we're watching you. I would like to prove to you that I am on your side. Some armored bears escaped our handlers. Nasty beasties. We ain't thinking of having them back, but see if you can do anything about them. Okay, I could do something about them. So we actually have a positive rep value with them now. Hopefully it won't be quite so difficult to get them to talk to us in the future. I am a little leery of their patrols, because who knows what options we'll have. Find an old quarry seemingly abandoned. Most of the quarry has collapsed into a deep ravine, but there may be usable resources here. Here's the thing. We're just going to get, like, garbage rock from this event, and we might have to fight a troll or something. I don't want to do that. I don't care about that. We're going to make camp to hopefully recover a little bit of yellow health. This is not totally ideal. I wish the wind would stop. Well, it looks like we're dealing with this patrol. Oh, they didn't actually have the movement necessary to interact with us. Well, I suppose we ought to interact with them. Did we recover much? Some. Less than I would like, honestly. You have a dog just for the 3 points of sanity. I guess that makes sense. Okay, hold on. Let's just check in on the village. How's everything going down here? We have 72 of these. In order to make the other suit of armor we were thinking of, we would need to execute that recipe. But we need to make 35 more, so we need to execute the recipe 18 times, which means we need 180, which means keep working. Alright, let's interact with these dwarves and see what's what. Okay, this is not so bad. A difficulty 5 yellow challenge. We should be able to perfect. Do I want to try to do it manually? Yeah, let's try it. Right, it's difficulty 5. Now, again, the difficulties aren't always totally sensible. So it may be the case that there's, like, one extremely difficult enemy in here that's causing me to not be able to perfect it. Let's find out, I guess. Those are two different guys who each have over 100 sanity. The good news is they're both doing normal attacks. I'm kind of inclined to just throw down Amalia again. She's 10.8, so she's very slightly slower than that one. She hits hard. She gets a lot of shielding back. I think that's what we do now, and then we'll put down the shooters from behind her. We could do Reliable Argument instead, I suppose. Reliable Argument doesn't have the leech effect on it, though, which I think is going to be important. Gaining 18 shield every time you hit is like a pretty big deal. Wow. That armored bear is, that's fairly intimidating, actually. There's just a huge amount of art in this game. Okay, so we're going to play Greta and Gromislav, and my initial inclination is to play them in these two spaces, but I'm wondering if we should put Gromislav somewhere else so that we can play Greta twice in the corner. Just thinking, you know, Greta has so much less sanity. Gromislav here absorbs a bunch of damage. She'll take some hits, but it's not that big of a deal. But maybe we do want Amalia to be the one who is doing all of the hitting. Yeah, I'm gonna play it like this. Alright, I bet they're not gonna be able to play another card. So now that we've gotten that little slowdown effect, we have a pretty significant advantage here. And the question is, like, do I play Greta here? This guy will still hit Amalia, but we could get that slowdown effect again, and then we can do a ton. Like, Greta's gonna hit each of these guys, each of the cards on the table right now for 33, which means a lot of total damage. And she'll absorb a hit from this guy, just like lighten the load a little bit. I think I like that. She was not able to reduce their stats. She reduced the bear's stats enough to take a single damage off of its attack. And them stacking up so deep gives us a lot of extra damage and shielding. I think we're going to be able to perfect this. And we're going to kill them fairly early in round 2, so the remaining cards in their hand are going to take a ton of damage. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, Shield Leech. It's very difficult to beat the effectiveness of Shield Leech. Alright, perhaps you aren't our enemy. You pay us, we'll put in a good word. Okay, I'll do that. I'm down with extortion, that's fine by me. Okay, 3 points a rep, that's not so bad. And if they're all approximately that difficulty, which is to say that we can perfect them, that's actually a really good way of generating rep. I am reasonably happy with the way this is looking. Oh, also they have bees here. And some kind of... What are those? Okay, those are just, like, birds. Those are, like, hawk or eagle-looking birds. I thought for a second they were huge moths. You approach the area where the pack of armored bears and dwarves, armored bears the dwarves lost, is now roaming free and wreaking havoc. It seems like we could just use our mental prowess to figure out what to do. It seems like a really easy challenge. Okay. Yeah, wow. That's a really easy version of that challenge. Huh. Okay, 6 more rep. Pretty cool. Obviously mysticism for you. So part of the big patch, it looks like, is that there's been a pretty significant rebalance of a lot of things. So I'm very curious to see what the new version brings. Which is to say, I want to get out of this game as quickly as possible. You come across a battle scene. Many dwarves lie dead at the feet of one warrior, hooded and clad in heavy armor. As you arrive, he plunges his weapon into the chest of yet another victim. I will track down every last one of you. His voice is guttural and echoes strangely. He turns to you but does not approach. Probably, I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess that the dwarves would like it if we dealt with this dude. Hey man, what's going on here? None of your business. Be gone. Difficulty 7 red challenge I think should be doable for us. Right, Gromislav and Oil are both very good at the thing. Gromislav has that shielding thing, and Oil doesn't, but he does have just 52 points of raw shielding. We're definitely worse at red challenges than we are at yellow, but man, and a failed red challenge hurts so much. Like you're so likely to lose somebody. But think of the reputation. I'm gonna do it. I think we can do it. Serious injuries. Half or more HP gone. Resolve manually. We can do it. We can do it. So whatever this guy is, they're gonna play his card 3 times. We can summon a little bit. Right, I think we have a couple of people who have summonables. So the trick is going to be just minimizing the amount that he actually gets to hit our characters while we hit him a lot with our very powerful javelins and stuff. So Ghost Axe is 31. Ghost Axe is actually a lot of damage. 46-ish damage for the first 2 that make contact. And the move has got to be... Oh, sorry, just for the first 1, because the first strike damage is going to lower him enough that only the first Ghostly Axe will hit him while he still has armor. Yeah, the move's got to be play a bunch of, like, you and you in the back line, and then just use summonables to eat the first round worth of damage. And Greta will actually be very powerful here. Because it is just going to be him 3 times. So who has... You have your Wraith. I'm making sure before I play Greta onto the field a second time, I'm making sure that we don't need her summon. Because we do have to put... You have your Wolf. So we actually only have 2 single cost summons. We have 5 points left to work with, which means we can't play Greta and also play those 2 summons and also play, like, the Werewolf or something. And this dude hits pretty hard. We could use OL just once. We could throw... Oh, no, we can't. He's one of the summons. So the question is, do I want to let this guy actually make contact 1 time? It'll just be the once. But as it stands now, I think we're going to kill him? Pretty sure. I'm just going to use her to summon some zombies here. We did take 1 damage off of his hit. Alright, so we throw down another Ghostly Axe with first strike. Then we have 1 point left, and that 1 point is the Wraith. So yeah, we're going to hit him for 46, then 31, then 99. So yeah, I think we shouldn't take any actual damage here, and all of his attacks are just axe attacks. Oh, I'm not even doing the math for the. Actually, that kind of sucks. We managed to just remove his shielding, so the Ghostly Axe does a lot less damage. It doesn't matter. It's not enough for it to be a problem. But I was not thinking about the fact that all the summons were going to do damage at the beginning of combat. You destroy the warrior and find that he had no body, only an empty metal shell. He has a stonewood hatchet that, I mean, as far as hatchets go, this is definitely an upgrade to Ol's weapon. And then a piece of armor that I don't actually want. Okay, and we got research material on War Axe. We did not get any dwarf reputation. Apparently the dwarves did not know about that dude or did not care about that dude. Okay, fine, I guess. Oh, we should change up our equipment, though. It's a fairly significant upgrade for him. It means he hits for 43 now, and very quickly. It's a shame we so rarely want to actually use him in combat. Alright, he has the better Wraith. Yeah, alright, we're good. We're good, everything's fine. We don't know for sure if we will get the convince them you're friendly option if the dwarves move into us rather than us moving into them, so I do want to be a little wary of that. Rat definitely takes strength. You know what I'm going to do with the kid is I'm going to make the kid a healer. We should have a healer in town and a healer out with the group. If provided we make the threshold, I will make you a healer. Okay, cool. We don't have to pass that test every time. Is there anything else you'd like us to do? We did spot an orc band roaming not too far from here. Okay. I can escort them off the premises. So there is some beetle jelly. I was going to say honey. That is a food type we don't have yet. We'll probably get a little bit from this. What is the morale of this group like? We've probably had enough time to eat away a lot of our different types of food. Yeah, so it's a little unfortunate. We could cook a little bit. We should do that when we make camp for the end of the turn. Alright, you find the place where the dwarves sent you to get rid of some orcs. We can track the orcs down. You see the orcs licking their wounds after a battle with a rock troll that now lies dead at their feet. Luckily for you, there seem to be only a few with weapons at the ready. We could just jump them. If we make our presence known and then fight them, it's probably going to be a more difficult red challenge, but also if we make our presence known, maybe we can talk them into leaving, which we'd be way better at. I'm gonna take option 1 here, in the hopes that we have a yellow move available to us. It's not working. The matriarch stands tall and speaks. Halt! Come no further, or meet the fate of this troll. We may look battered to you, but we are orc, and we will fight to the death. Listen, I'm just, we're just worried about what you're doing here. Tell me you're not going to burn the village down, and I'll go back to the dwarves and tell them you left. What, those rockheads can't deal with their own shit now? Or do they mean to disrespect us by sending you lot? Hey, that's kind of directly insulting to me. Here, yeah, nice easy yellow challenge. Really? We can't perfect that? You know what? I'm fine with it. Okay, yeah, it was a total of 3 damage. Of course they see us as a threat, and so they should, the rockheads. She really thinks that's a good insult, huh? I look forward to the day we can meet in honorable battle. Still, we are no raiding party. We're blood trackers, here to get a trophy, and we got it. We need to heal up now and rest, then we move out. Okay, that's... I'm going to accept that outcome. Zorza smile on you and make your blades sharp. The dwarves admire your lawful ways. The orcs not only were wounded, but also gave their word, so it was wise to give them aid. Okay, that's kind of what I was hoping the outcome would be. It was definitely possibly going to be the case that us not telling them to leave immediately might make the dwarves mad, but I figured the dwarves are represented as, pretty good guys here. So a steel greatsword that's actually pretty okay. And some javelins that we would never ever use. Okay, hey, that was a really good outcome. Let's have a look at that greatsword. Is there any chance that we want to swap that for OL's other weapon? Oh no, it's a greatsword. So he would lose his shield. And it does a lot less damage. It does have True Strike, which is cool. He would go from 52 shielding to 56 because of how good his armor is. So maybe it's worth doing. It is a lot less damage. And it's a little bit slower. I mean, it does have the splash effect. But no, I think we'll keep him as he was. I wonder if there's anything else we could be doing to hurry this process along. I mean, obviously we could make sure we're interacting with the patrols as often as possible, but it's not totally trivial. I should probably have taken the level up first. Oh, only difficulty 4 to convince these ones that we're friendly. And I will absolutely agree to pay. I have so much garbage in my inventory, you guys have no idea. I do always think this is kind of weird, these interactions where they say, give us some stuff. We want 20 stuff, and everything has a value of, who says, give me 20 objects? Literally any 20 objects, and then I will consider you a friend. Okay, these guys are a little tougher. You know, whatever. Agree to pay, give them 20 objects as well. I guess it sounds like a thing that you might expect from a mythological creature in a story. Just like that weird kind of dream logic. Does your ghostly touch scale with strength in red? It does. I mean, we're not going to use it, though. Let's take wits. What is the situation where we don't use her book as our attack, right? I guess a concept challenge. Those totally do happen. Okay, the kid can get reliable argument or hunter's mark. That's tricky because hunter's mark... Like, the kids, we're not imagining going to scale with perception very much, right? We're not planning to get a lot of perception. But we're also planning to focus intelligence, which makes reliable argument a little bit weak. I'm not really sure what the right move is here. Let's take hunter's mark. You know, we have reliable argument covered. Alright, is there anything else we can help with? There's an ancient forge that belongs to us, but something claimed it and warded it against dwarfkind. Okay, I can fix that. That sounds very fixable. Where is the node? There it is. Hey, sometimes it's good to not have brought a dwarf. I suppose we ought to make some camp, do a little bit of cooking. What do we have good ingredients for? We can do some vegetable stuff. And then, I guess... This was on my recipe quick wheel over there, or quick thing over there. I could have just done it that way. We don't need to do a ton of this cooking. I was a little worried about burning out our ingredients. And then we can also gather some beetle jelly and I suppose some coal. Why not? And the rat can help the kid. I mean, we're not going to get any coal that way. That's actually pretty awkward. Hold on. You need to be on coal if we're going to get any. Okay. The rat can sit back and watch. Terrible winds rise above the village. Okay, we know all about this. Perform a ritual, etc. Hey, some more enchanted bone. We have like 20 of those now, I think. That might be handy for building tier 4 buildings. We're getting to the point pretty quickly here where that's all we'll need to do. You spot the ruins of the old forge, and even from afar you see a thick dark mist hanging low on the ground, still as death. As you get closer you hear the sound of a working forge from within the ruined stones. You even feel the warmth of the fires upon your skin. It seems like not a great idea to just run in there screaming. Something magic is clearly happening here. The dark mist rises up to your waist now, and a huge shadow appears and speaks to you. What? The dwarves would like their forge back, please? I claimed this place and warded it against the nuisance that are the stone folk. Now they send you. Let's apply our intelligence a little bit. Hey, what are you? I am a Mroki. A creature of darkness is what you know of me. Does it matter? I feel an affinity to stone and metal. A stirring of old lives a calling of the fire. Who knows? Is that a sentence? Listen, Mrokis use an ancient grammar. I am here to forge. Okay, well, the dwarves pay great respect to their forefathers and fallen heroes. It sounds like you have at least an echo of such a dwarf inside. So maybe the two of you can come to an agreement. I think you could be the best of friends. I warded against them because they kept coming to fight. If they come to talk, I will listen. The Mroki hands you a small gift and goes back to work. That is terrible. Uh-oh. The filthy creature of darkness claims it has the spirit of a dwarven smith? Ridiculous. It's better we destroy the forge entirely than let it spout this nonsense. Aw, we actually lost rep on that. Man, sometimes they're cool with peace and sometimes they're not. It seems to be very arbitrary. That's what I would like most. It's just some consistent logic out of them. Alright, back to the village. How much of this have we made? Almost enough. Almost. It's a weird adventuring party. Yeah. I don't even know what his deal is. Like, what Knuckles' actual job in the community is, but Wits is good. Okay. We're short on manpower and we need someone to clear a tunnel for us. Go there and make sure my men can go in and dig safely. Sounds like we're not getting the entire story on this one. There's another dwarf party over there, which makes me think that there's another dwarf village down that way, because they're pretty far from this one. Yeah, maybe the other dwarf village is just right down here. It would actually be kind of handy. Okay, more difficult bees. I bet the reason that we saw a difficulty 1 group of bees here before was that group had spawned on, like, the first turn, and then we had just never been down here. I had moused over the button. I'm reasonably sure I had not clicked there. It just ended the turn the instant it started. Oh no, now my turn count will be artificially too high. You find the old cave that the dwarves asked you to clear for them. So let's do it. The west tunnels are largely uninhabited, so there are no dangers here. But there is a lot of rubble that needs clearing before the dwarves can begin any real work. We should be able to handle a difficulty 6 red concept challenge. Most of our red damage is concept damage anyway. You dig and dig and dig till you think it's never ending, but eventually the tunnels are clear. All the other tunnels prove to be dead ends. It is tedious and wears fairly heavily on your morale. The dwarves find a mithril vein when they dig deeper in your tunnels. They are very thankful for your hard work. They reward you well, and your friendship grows. I don't want... This sword is strictly worse than the sword we're already not using. The carrier goat is cool, though. Not too upset about that. I sure do wish they would give us missions that were a little bit closer to the village. Let's just take a moment here to chill. We have enough food that we're at least pushing up to the regeneration threshold. We should be able to do something with the meat, right? We do meat and, like... Oh, beetle jelly is considered a meat. Okay, we don't have any grilled meat. And we can work pretty hard on that, because we will run out of non-food ingredients before we eliminate all of the meat. Okay, it's autumn. Creatures are more aggressive. Hooray. It's exactly what we needed. And hey, would you look at that? I believe that is roughly the amount of that wood that we needed. Alright, here's hoping that the next suit of armor does not come out as crummy as this one. Us and rock trolls, we have a complicated relationship. We're often friendly-like, but, you know, not always. A couple of big bastards set up camp in a ruin we want to explore, and they bloody ate our patrol. Now, we'd go see why they're being dicks like that, but we ain't got the manpower. You go check for us, huh? A lot of very casual speech amongst the the mythological creatures in this game. I think that's a common thing when people who do not speak a language when it's not their native language, write in a language, you often get that kind of unusual tone. That's stuff that's harder to pick up. An old quarry seemingly abandoned. You know what? I don't want to interact with this. We don't need to interact with this. I suppose we may as well put our feet down here and grab some coal and stuff. Oh, that's a shame. We're certainly not waiting a second turn. We sure do get a lot of notifications every turn. A band of dwarven bandits stands in your way. Halt, this bit of road here is ours, but you're in luck. All we need today is your food. Drop it and you're free to go. Nah, that's okay. It's only 3 of them. Alright, you got us. We ain't cut out to be beaten folk for no reason. We're banished, but we still have our honor. Okay, they would be willing to trade with us. They've also given our rat wisdom. Great. You know, I don't need to trade with you. Okay, a little bit of rep. Some steel, which I actually really don't want, and a dwarf smith. You find the cave where the dwarves ask you to check for trolls. Well, let's see where they are. You see 1 or more trolls and several rockers huddling over something and arguing. How long yet? Long, quiet. We go now? We go? No. Well, it seems like some of them want to leave. We might be able to just apply a little bit of social pressure here. We'll just approach the troll and talk to it. They turn to you and you notice a Skshak sitting quietly in the middle of all the rocks. The Paw Patrol asks, "What do you want here, little one? You come to help?" Okay, we apparently only have a yellow option because we're nature domain, so that's lucky, because I don't know that we wanted to do a difficulty 8 red challenge. As trolls are creatures of nature's will, proclaim it is your domain, and thus they must leave. Okay, it's just the one troll. He is kind of terrifying. Victory with serious injuries. Let's try it manually. We might be able to... Might we, though? Hold on. Am I getting myself in trouble here? Maybe we should just take the serious injuries. The thing is, we don't really have a lot of ability to restore sanity out here. We're pretty far from the dwarf town, and I don't want to risk losing one of these characters. Let's do it manually. 46, and it's a hammer blow, but we have a lot of room to maneuver here. So we could do stuff like use the Wraith. How many summonables do we actually have? Is it just the Wraith this time? So the Wraith could eat one of the attacks. It's remarkably fast for... Usually AoE attacks like that are a little bit slower. Yeah, I'm definitely worried. He doesn't have that much health. But we also don't have a lot of blockers to play. Which means I'm going to have to commit to the table somewhere here. I'm going to put her down on the far side. If he wants to play directly in front of her to attack her, at least it'll keep the splash minimized. And then we're going to also play the Chosen kind of in the open. And what I'm thinking here is that the Chosen can't die to sanity damage, so if we bait him into attacking her directly, that's not too bad. I want to play Greta, but I'm a little leery of playing her too early. I don't really want to get into a position where she has to get hit, or I have to play something in front of her, which results in her getting hit anyway. I think I'm going to play another Amalia right here. We're going to get damaged a little bit. It won't be too bad, though. And if she takes any actual health damage, that Life Leech will come in handy. I might just pass here. Because I want to play Greta, but I really don't want Greta to get hit directly. Let's let him play his third copy. Okay, that's slow enough. That should be good for us. And then we go, like, Greta. And... we could play the Wraith. Play the Wraith and then what? Does the kid have... okay, so the kid has Hunter's Mark, right? We could do Hunter's Mark. We could slow down the initial hit enough to let Amalia get in ahead of it. What other options do we have here? I mean, the rat does not have a relevant ability. I'm just trying to like minimize the amount of damage we take from the hammer strikes. It's a shame we don't have anybody who wants to be played in the front line, because like right here would be a great spot. He does so little damage. The other option we have, obviously, is just play a second copy of Greta or a second copy of Gromislav and let them take a little bit of Hammer Splash. If we play here or here. How slow is he? 13.5. So he's going to get 2 attacks off. No, sorry. This goes before his... yeah, if we play Gromislav just kind of anywhere, this should be okay, actually. Because we're going to get a lot of damage in before this card gets to attack. Man, Shield Leech is just very good. It's a shame we didn't quite get there to take no damage at all. Alright, we do not go. We have young that wait to be awakened. If we go now, they die. Why you listen to little stone people? Why they want us go? We only eat them ones that come and poke us. Well, I mean, you just kind of answered your own question there. We could offer to give them lots of food. I don't have lots of food. I have 44 turns worth of food. Never mind. We're probably okay on that. How about we give you lots of food? How much do you want? 120. Wow, that is a lot. I'm just going to make it all meat. I think that's the right thing to do here. You give the rock trolls food, they take it and huddle over their little rocks again, not allowing you to see anything. That's a shame, because I was actually very curious how the rocks were going to eat the meat. Soon you hear tiny voices. The trolls take the young and slowly move away. The dwarves say it is a joyous event for rockers to awaken, and they are pleased that you helped. I kind of thought that might be the case, given all that stuff about the complicated relationship. So, only 5 points, really, after all that work? Well, I don't want this, or that, or that. Yeah, that is a bit of a disappointment. Okay, kid does not have an option of taking intelligence, so we'll take some wisdom. Well, it is always the case that whatever quest they give us, it was just far enough away that it takes us 2 turns to move back. Alright, tell me you have more work for me. Yeah, you know what? I'll give you my gems. I'll give you gemstones. That's fine. All of these, and a ruby, and 7 diamonds. Whatever speeds up this process. No thank you. No thank you. Dwarf moonshine. Okay, technically food. It doesn't seem like it would be very safe to consume, but okay. Yep. Killed a bunch of orcs a while back. It'd be a century almost now. Lately, those buggers have come back to life and keep bothering our patrols. We ain't got time to kill the same enemy twice. You go do it. Alright, I can kill an undead. Man, it seems like they're all popping up. It's like exactly in the same place, right? It's been like these 4 tiles. Alright, hopefully this is easy to resolve. The orc skeletons seem bound to a particular spot. Just set some fire traps and burn the unliving orcs to cinders. Seems like an easy enough way to go about things. Hunters are way too powerful. I don't need this. I don't need that. Oh wow, that was a good one. And this is the Earthbound village that has the flag in it, so it's the one we can recruit from. We're very close to fulfilling some more of our objectives here. So you two can go and get to work on the other suit of armor, I guess. Only a 1% chance of producing a trash quality suit. And it wasn't much more than that for the last one, right? I mean, bad luck happens. I don't think we're actually going to need these suits of armor. We gotta have something to do. Ah, you suck. Okay, so we gotta go find the patrol that we saw down here, or the town that they came from, or something. It's alright, we'll get in the water. It'll be fast. This boat has served us really well, considering how early in the game we built it. Does Zosh really need mysticism? I don't think so. Okay, the other suit came out just fine. 61 points of rainbow shielding. That's very good. I mean, there's no sense in having it not equipped. We'll give it to the witch, I guess. We should probably, like, get a weapon or something for her. Unfortunately, that's a huge percentage of her overall carrying capacity. Do we have a pet that increases personal carrying? Looks like we do not. Yeah, these all increase the group carry limit. I know there's jewelry that increases your personal carrying ability. Whatever. I'm not going to stress about it too much. Really, she's just keeping the armor warm for us. Okay, here's the other Earthbound village. These guys might be willing to give us some more stuff to do. Or at the very least, to pump out some patrols so that we can use the patrols. Oh, these guys need wood. How much? 60? 60 is doable. We're going to be supporting ourselves mostly on coal from this point, it looks like. Alright, we cannot give much, but here, this is what we can spare. A gold hatchet, not a great material to make a weapon out of. A granite club that looks really cool, but is not actually a very good weapon. And a bad gathering tool. Alright, we're getting close. No, don't run away from me. Man, well, that's inconvenient. Maybe they'll give us an actual mission. Okay, our men keep going off to this one rock and they never return. I sent several patrols already, but none have come back. We're small, so we don't have more to spare. Can you go check? I absolutely can. Where is it? It's right, all the way over here. Why wouldn't it be all the way over there? I didn't ever reassign the crafters after they finished making that armor. We could get a little bit more wood and a little bit more fruit, I suppose. And the child is ready to grow up and perhaps become a healer? Would be nice to have. Alexo the healer. It's probably the case that I should have just been taking the healer from the village. Because the adventuring group needs the death protection way more than the people who are just sitting in the village do. Ooh, Leshy. You find the lone rock upon which the siren have nested. Even from afar you hear their sweet song, and just as the dwarf said, it is hard to resist. But our hunter can probably keep her head about her, sneaking closer to have a better look. As you come up to the rock and see the siren, a bird-like demonette smiling at you. Ah, the fairer sex. I suppose at least with you I can speak, not like them. She gestures toward a couple of stone dwarven statues standing nearby, posed in admiration of the siren. You also spot movement in the shadows. There may be more than one siren here. Well, we could probably just kill her, but if we could return the missing dwarves, I bet we'd get more rep, and I would really love it if this was the one that pushed us over 50. Are those the missing dwarves? What'd you do to them? Do? Nothing as such. Dwarves are made of stone at heart. My song broke their heart, and thus to stone they turned in their sorrow. Hardly my fault. Okay, I'm gonna need you to cut that out. I'll just accept that outcome, that's fine. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps a price for our loss has been paid by those who stand here. Their stone faces will pay tribute to our fallen sister mother. Complicated family. We'll leave now. Okay, the dwarves appreciate that you got rid of the siren, but would have preferred you avenge their fallen brother. Ah, damn it. But I'm helping, future dwarf. Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to at all. We're gonna run from the Leshy. I have strong feelings about Leshy. We're also going to gather some more combustibles and stuff, because I'm a little worried about how much we traded away there. Okay. Oh, he is after us. There's also a pack of bees, a little bit more handleable. Okay, apparently... oh no. Well, we do only have a difficulty 6 purple challenge here, but also, because they're not the first people to attack us this turn, we have the option to just run away from them, and I kind of think that that's what we're going to do. We're just going to leave. We'll knock out these other bees. I really do appreciate that, and also these other animals. I do appreciate the fact that when you get attacked by more than one thing in a turn, they give you the option to wave some of it away. Just be like, I can't with this right now. Because it would be really easy to get overwhelmed otherwise. Oh, we got ambushed by bandits. We could just kill the I'll just kill the bandits. It's no big deal. Okay, pretty easy to kill because their equipment is garbage. We got a boar, though. Boar's cool. Also, this steel crossbow I don't want. And a treasure map. Okay, who is the slowest person in the party right now? Could we use this boar to actually increase our movement speed? We have a couple of people at 6, and we don't have enough speed increasers. Okay. Treasure map. The treasure map leads in this direction. It's a little inconvenient. It's further than I would like to go. all seems pretty straightforward. Actually, is there a reason to boost his intelligence anymore? Not really, right? Well, I guess he has the Ice Spike book. Yeah, fair enough. Hey, you guys, would you like to give me a job? Awesome. An orc band roaming not too far from here. Okay, we can do that. That's very annoying. Alright, let's go back in that direction. We'll probably just... you know what? It's probably not faster to sail. Oh, we can talk to these guys. And that Leshy is right there. This time we might have to fight him. Okay, resolve manually. I'm sure we can outperform that. Okay, so they do have some splash attacks we have to be wary of. That guy's moving on 9.4. I'm not actually sure how timer ties are broken. I don't know if this is going to have me going first or not. But I certainly don't want to play any later. We have some slowdown moves we could pull on him. Worst comes. Do I want to play Greta now? Yeah. The Hunter's fast enough that she'll still go before people if we play her next turn. Okay, they're leaning heavily on this one guy. That bodes pretty well for us, actually. And man, she slows people down by quite a lot when we play her now. That overwhelm ability gets powerful. Is it scaling on any... Okay, well, we can't see it now. We should check and see if it's scaling with something and make sure that we are leaning into whatever that thing is. So do I kind of want to just play her again? Like, let's just put her down over here. Then we can put Amalia in front of her if it looks like that makes sense. But I sort of think I want to just play Gromislav twice with the rest of our points. We'll get through this with just sheer speed. Because each of these are going to do 66 to the dwarf, so he's already dead. The bear's already dead. Yeah, at this point we're just adding more damage to their hand. Oh, I don't think that was a smart play on their part at all. I guess that's true. The way they managed to play out 5 cards so that we didn't get full damage from the ghost on all of them. It's not going to end up saving them, but it's like that's certainly a way to get around Random Blasts. Random Blast 4 is just too powerful, though. They really need to tone down books. Okay, absolutely. Absolutely, I will give you 20 random objects from my inventory. How do you like normal bones? Just, you know, the kind of bone you might find inside of whatever's wandering around out here. Alright, well, we're about to get Leshied. Not super pleased about it. Nothing we could do, though. Oh, they choose not to. The thing is, we have to go past them anyway, because that's the Earthbound village that we can recruit from, and we do need a dwarf. Yeah, this will get us to 7. Then we just have to figure out a little something here and build some more buildings, or honestly, apparently just wait a little while. Well, remember, we have like 4 characters who are higher level than everybody else because of how slow we were to get people later. So waiting for enough people to get to level 20 is probably not actually an option. You know what? Let's just get in the water. We'll land north of the Earthbound village and maybe get away without having to deal with the Leshy. Yeah, wake up. Okay. Get it together, Dragon Bee. He's got the night terrors. It's a real problem. He looked in the mirror before he went to bed, and it's terrible for him. Okay, hopefully they're not gonna, like, really rake us over the coals on the cost of a dwarf friend. See if you can recruit. You only recruit in this faction once with a tiny chance for a second when your population's very low. Because this is our first dwarf, it doesn't really help us to get a child. So we could just ask for a smith or something. That'd be fine. We don't really need more smiths, but we also don't need more of anything else. Okay. A young smith would like to be hired into our employ. He wants a lot of money. Well, the good news is that we have some valuable stuff. This wraith is valuable. This goat is very valuable, apparently. We have a lot of just weird garbage. I think we should be able to make this much money. Right, we have 25 mithril to work with. Ooh, maybe we aren't going to be able to get close to this. Yeah, I might not have brought enough stuff. I wasn't expecting it to be an issue. 25,000 is a lot. Kind of wish there was a, like, put all the stuff on the table button, or just that it reported the total value of your inventory in this trade or something. And listen, if we have to trade absolutely everything away, I will do it. Very important to me that we get this dwarf. 30 Bloodbone helps, 42 Shadowbone is pretty good. We're getting there. We're getting there. We still have some valuable equipment that I was a little loath to trade away, but yeah. The sword, and then the 2 pets we're not using. Can't make it easy. So now we are checkmark on this line. We're pretty close to being able to do this. This is really the most challenging thing that remains. We got to get one more faction to 50. We could just get lucky at any moment and get that Shadowkin event to fire, but assuming that that doesn't happen, because we have no control over it, the next best move might actually be Spirit Talkers. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not like excited about that prospect, but I think that's the move. We could go to Orktown, but like, who knows? I don't want to be on the Elf Island if I don't have to be on the Elf Island. Yeah, let's just go home. Been a pleasure doing business with you. So where are we at here? We're past the hour already. I was kind of hoping we'd get to wrap this up this episode, but I think probably we're going to have to call it here. Which means we probably won't actually start a game with the new patch until next week. I'm not like super jazzed about that. Maybe we'll just make this a long one. Because I want to see the new stuff, right? And I'm sure you want to see the new stuff too. Okay, demons or whatever, sirens, etc. Kill them all. Okay. Kill them all. I resisted the enchantment peacefully with my mind is what actually happened there. We did not kill them all. Ooh, poison dust. Yeah, I mean, luck is not useful at this point. We're going to be scaling intelligence for you. We are way too late in the game for luck to be very meaningful. So I have no idea how long it's going to take us to actually finish things here. It has a lot to do with how forthcoming the goblins are with quests and stuff. I mean, I'm sure they'll have the option for us to bring them things. I don't know what they will want from us, but we can certainly gather it. But we know that there's a limit on how many times you're allowed to do that. We also can just interact with their groups. We should probably just come over here and start working on this right away, right? You hear rumors of bandits. Yeah, preemptive strikes. Okay, you track the bandits, they shower you with arrows, and then you easily kill them in combat. Oh, that's an okay book. That's crummy armor, but like there's no reason to recycle this stuff because we're just taking it back to town. You spot some debris floating amongst the rocks. The water is fairly calm, but the rocks are very sharp and space between them is tight. I don't care about this. Unless there was going to be a bunch of Spirit Talker reputation in that reef, there's not really any loot that interests me. Okay, strength on you, wits on you, those both make sense. So we should probably actually figure out what the remaining buildings are. We know that one of them is a trading post. And at this point, we may as well just grab all of the building designs because we have a ton of advancement points. And we'll just figure out what would be easiest to make level 4. Okay. So you guys are out of movement. Yeah, let's have a look at this. Now, where's the trading post? A trading post is completely trivial to make whatever level you want to make it. Bam. Top tier. Then we actually can't even make a forge. What about this armory? What would we have to do to make a high enough level armory? If we went like runebone and metals and stones are always a little awkward though. If we did it like this, that would not be enough. So we'd have to make a big obsidian gathering trip, and that would still not do the job. If we did pure stone, obviously it would be fine. If we did pure stone, we probably don't even, we don't even have to do the runebone, so we could avoid some refining there. Let's put that on the table. Okay, so that's one level 4 building that we could work out. What about the armory? What about buildings that don't require us to use metal? How about some of that? Is our existing school is level 4, right? No, it's not. No, it is not. So we could replace that with a better school. Does runebone get the job done? Is our current school might be made of runebone? No, it must be made of shadowbone or dragonbone rather. Well, this gets us 0.8 over the level 4 threshold, so we're gonna do one of those. Yep, it will replace the existing building of the same type. That's absolutely what I want. So that's building 4 and building 5. So the idle counts. So it's idle, playground, and crop field right now. So yeah, 4 and 5, and then we just gotta find one more that we can do this with. The warehouse can be done entirely with bone. That's a promising option. Yep. Okay, there it is. We don't need to try to figure this out. We just need to make 182 runebone. Easy. Okay, so we're done with this stuff. This is probably going to necessitate me going off camera for a little while, because this is going to be a lot of tedious grinding otherwise. But we can focus on gathering the dragonbone right now while we're doing goblin stuff. Okay, does that make sense to do? We have more than enough food, more than enough wood. Yeah. How much are we actually going to need here? Yeah, you can get that done quickly, and then you can just start working on the runebone. This is definitely an infinity kind of thing. So we need 180 runebone, which means we need 900 dragonbone. Sorry, 182. So 182. So 910 dragonbone. Well, not exactly. We do have one runebone that cuts it down a little bit, but yeah, it's a lot. Okay. Let's just focus really hard on getting stuff done with the expedition over here. But we're there, right? We're on the way. Sure, invite the traders in, trade with them. If they have any, nope, they don't have anything interesting. I don't care about any of that stuff. Show them that we respect the spirit world as much as they do. 3 points, I mean... Gotta start somewhere. Every goblin group we encounter, we can get 3 points off of. Unfortunately, they don't all seem to respawn quite as effectively as the stingers did. You guys have any stuff? Okay, great. Make some black mist retreat. Don't destroy it, just make less of it. Absolutely doable. I am on top of it. And then assign you to this, and you just start cutting at it. Let's make sure that nothing crazy happened. Okay, no, it is totally fine. 4 buildings. Still pretty annoyed about this goblin thing. This should not have been an issue. But what are you going to do? A cave. There are skeletal remains clad in different clothing and equipment. Okay. It's real magic-y in here. You sense this very strong presence of dark magic. Necromancy. The shrine within seems to honor the goddess Thea. The presence of necromancy in her place of worship is blasphemy. Well, you know how I feel about blasphemy. I don't want that or that. And Greta gets some permanent mysticism. And then we could touch the Death Ash and perhaps bring fortune upon us? Yeah, sure. Yep, it brought some fortune. Not like good fortune, not really good fortune. I don't actually care about the thing that we received there, but at least it wasn't bad. But the people in these villages sure do want us to go far away to get things done. Perhaps I'm not taking the hint here. Okay, not to destroy, but only lessen the concentration of darkness here. Okay, good. We need the dark, but not so much. We thank you. Here, have nice visions from me. Bye. Okay, apparently he gave Voidarg maybe, and Greta some visions. Well, wasn't that nice of him? This is a terrible artifact, and so that is also a terrible gathering tool. Wow, 8 points a rep. It turns out when you follow orders, people like it. Who would have thought? We should be able to, like, jam through this very easily. What do you actually need? I mean, you're a smith, so you kind of don't need any... Yeah, whatever. You kind of don't need anything, actually. Alright, let's hope that they are willing to cough up a couple of more requests. Set up camp not too far. We wish them gone. Easy. I'm good at disposing of people. In fact, I'm so good at disposing of people that maybe you should have given me some more specific directions on that one. You know, I'm just saying, there's some chance I'm going to do this more zealously than you intended. I'm curious where the balance of this game is going to go, because I would say that right now, purple characters and purple items are kind of a problem in that, like purple characters are just kind of like better at everything. Maybe that becomes less of a problem if they just deal with the books. But like purple challenges are so important and stuff. I don't know. It feels like red is kind of weak relative to the other colors, and purple is kind of stronger than the other colors. Alright, we track the intruders to a small cave. Within you spot some movement, and only in time do you realize they are shadow elves, stalking about nervously, and also nakedly, because elves do everything nakedly. Luckily for you, there seem to be only a few with weapons at the ready. You know what? We've talked our way through the game so far. Let's try to be cool here. You know, most of them are ready to fight, but one speaks. Please, we do not wish to fight, actually. We're merely passing through. Okay, well, the woodland folk do not want you as neighbors, I say, here on Shadow Island. It's the wrong line there. Okay, goblins are naturally resilient to the dark. We are not here to argue with the little folk. In any case, we only wish to harvest some of the force. We will move on soon. OL could get upset about that. We could try to negotiate with them. Like, it matters a little bit how much rep we get from this, right? We want to pursue the outcome the goblins are going to like most. The goblins are not necessarily super bloodthirsty. Let them stay and do their thing. We cannot make such a promise fully, as our taking of the power may interfere with your friends, but it should not do them much harm. Well, that complicates things a little bit. All I asked was that you not harm the goblins. You know what? I'm just going to put them away. The goblins are pleased that their troubles are gone. They leave you a reward. You disassemble most of it. Actually, wow, that's a really good crafting tool. I guess we'll keep it. We'll get rid of all this other stuff, though. Oh, hey, 8 runebone. That's actually kind of nice. Oh, that gave us Shadowkin rep. Interestingly, no Goblin rep. Well, listen, if you want to give me another thing that gives Shadowkin reputation real quick here, we could get this done in a real hurry. Let's knock this out. What does this put us at? Low 30s? High 30s. Okay, we're almost done. There's nothing to do here for now. Come back another day. Well, shoot. Okay, Death Lover, I guess get more points of crafting. And you take more Dwarf, because, man, toughness, not really very impressive. If it was like 5 points of purple armor or 5 points of red armor, I'd be way more into it. Okay, I guess we're done with these guys. Let's just get in the boat and sail around to the other Spirit Talker village. We're close, though. We're very close. We also should bring back the runebone, all of the stuff that we've got here. See how much it shortens the timer by. Yep, still not actually interested. Are you moving? There we go. Oh, hey, a demon circle. That seems like a real somebody else kind of problem right there. My favorite problems are someone else's problems. Wow, that's way more damage than we should have taken. Oh well, whatever. Not a good enough reason to do things manually. I guess we take the wisdom? None of these stats are really super relevant to his thing. Okay, it's winter. It's kind of a bummer, because I need to gather an awful lot of bone. Okay, there are at least some goblin groups up here. We can get very close to being finished with this. How is stuff going in the town? Alright, we're working through the supply. We have 49 of the rune bone already. We're bringing this stuff in about as fast as we're converting it, actually. This turned out to be, honestly, not even as much of a slog as I was afraid it was going to be. I thought this was maybe going to be really miserable. Those guys are actually standing on the water demon town, which I think is going to make it impossible to interact with either them or the town, but I don't know which. Let's just give them some room to move if they would like to move. They do not appear to want to move. Alright, this town is producing packs, like, very quickly. Nice to see. Sure, why don't you learn Sneak Attack, Knuckle? You're just kind of, like, weirdly bad at everything. It's very spread out. Oh, I have a lot of metal. Do you want some metal? How would you feel about a bunch of iron? Okay, a silver relic. I've never seen a relic that looks like that before. That's actually not bad. 1.7? Yeah, sure, we have a lot of carrying weight. You have any trouble? No. Are we at 43 with them? That really sucks. Because there's 2 packs out right now, two wandering groups that we can interact with, and each one of them is going to give us 3 rep, leaving us at 49. And if they don't produce another group, then we're just going to be stuck at 49. Which will be extremely frustrating given what happened earlier in the game. A loud thud followed by tremors catches you in the mountains. That's okay, we have a dwarf. The mountains are his domain. With your expert eye, you spot the perfect spot to wait out the coming avalanche. And then you gather up some garbage that I kind of wish we hadn't even bothered to pick up. I really wish these dudes would stop running. Just making it, like, extremely inconvenient to interact with them. Alright, the other group went this way. Let's get them first. In the hopes that after we interact with them, the town will produce another... Oh, okay, a third group. Awesome. Well, that solves all of our problems, except for the one where they're really good at running away from us. Why do I not have the purple option with them? Then I just move away and don't engage? Because I need that purple option. I'm gonna go kill these undead real quick. Not even gonna look at this stuff. I really don't care what it is. How are we doing on Runebone? 75. This did not take as long as I was afraid it would. Okay, well that group... I don't know what's up with that group. Goblins. Okay, welcome them to your camp. Thank them. Okay, the rat smoked the good weed and became destined. You gotta wonder how. Did they have a smoking apparatus that was made for a rat? Okay, they're willing to take some stuff from us again. That's good. Apparently I have a huge amount of stone. Wow, that's a lot of meat. I'm trying really hard to interact with that that party that's just sitting there on the town space. I really thought they might have moved off last turn. very disappointed when they didn't. Give them some of your things? Like, I need reputation, please. Any amount of reputation. Here, have this shield. Nothing. You stop being able to gain reputation by doing the purple thing with them after a certain amount of rep gained, maybe? So we just interact with the town over and over again until they let us give them stuff enough times? Yeah, looks like it. Alright, if it gets us there, I'm fine with it. Ooh, what is that? Random Blast 3, Fireball. That's actually like a really good book. Man, giving the Spirit Talker stuff is a great way to get good loot early in the game. We should have been doing this earlier. That Bloodseeker get even better at crafting. And I guess we just end the turn right here. Hopefully be able to give them stuff again at the beginning of next turn. There's some glimmers or whatever. Okay. I'm not gonna read text at this point in the game. We know where we're going. You should probably take more mysticism on account of you are a witch. Okay, so we're at 49 reputation. They're not going to give us any jobs, and we're not able to give them things anymore. And the groups that they spawn are not allowing us to interact with them in the one way that gains us reputation. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go over here. We're going to merge back in. We have the Runebone. Now, we do need to make sure that these crafts go well. Okay, yeah, if we got trash quality on either of them, I believe it actually does reduce the amount of essence that's in the essence bar, which means that it would make them not count for our thing. It's important that we get this right, but I'm pretty happy with that. You guys don't really need to gather Dragon Bone anymore, but you also kind of don't need to gather anything else. I don't know. Herbs and wood. Do something. Sure. You help with the crafting. Alright, so we just merge some stuff back in there, and then we go... You guys back out. That's way more food than they're going to need. Okay, all we have to do is get a single point of goblin reputation. We have to figure out a way to get one more point. I'm going to try interacting with this group, because we haven't seen whether this group has the purple option yet. And then Bogdan and the... Listen, I'm not here to judge, you know? I'm not... This is me not... I don't even know where all the matter for this came from. Oh my god, it costs so much movement to get around our village. Damn it. And if we do either of these things, we'll actually lose reputation. Alright, we're going to go back to the village. I guess I'm not going to have the option to give them stuff if I don't have stuff. So hold on. Let me grab... What is this? Saplings of elven wood. There are several bird-like figures sleeping, huddled together in a circle. Tiny swirls of wind dance around them, so they must be villi. I don't even want elven wood. I should have just hit leave. Hold on. I need 50 stone and 50 metal, just to ensure that we have all of the options available. Yeah, give me all this. And one of these. And then, you know what? Give me some of this too, just in case I did that wrong. Sorry, it should be 50 on this side. There we go. Alright, we have lots of trade materials. Please, please, please do not let them have shut off the reputation spigot when we are at 49 for the second time. The orcish thing... Okay, come on, let's just get through this. We could go and do the Alpha Clans. I just really don't want to have to go all the way to another island at this point. Alright, people are leveling up. Come Come on. Okay, great. Great, great, great. I was starting to get really worried there, actually. Hold on, I'm going to give him the 1 silver that I prepared for precisely this reason. And another pretty good book, actually. It's only Random Blast 2, but look at the scaling on it. Okay. That's not the button I want at all. There we go. 5 of 6 level 4 buildings, with the next one finishing this coming turn, right? No, somehow I didn't do... Right, I need 180... Okay, yep, I just didn't do math is what happened. It's fine. Everything's fine, don't anybody worry. Okay, so you guys produced that as... Well, actually... Sorry, the focus should be getting the Dragon Bone. Yeah, I just, like, totally blanked on the fact that I was going to need enough bone for both of the buildings. Alright. Good gatherers, gather this stuff as fast as you can. And then, whoever is best at crafting who is not part of that, convert it into rune bone as fast as you can. Fortunately, this should be very fast. Okay, just really quickly here. Huh. Shouldn't the... Whatever, it's fine. I'm not going to stress too much about it. Somebody get on coal gathering. So many people. I guess we should have somebody doing research. This is the thing that everybody who doesn't have a job could be doing. Okay, we have to get back to 90, right? Yeah. Listen, in my defense, I'm very stupid. So that's where that's coming from. Was that 29? 37. I could terminate the recording and just skip forward a few minutes. But I've decided now, I'm suffering through this, and you're all going to suffer through it with me. Hey everybody, how's it going? I figured that this was going to be a very lengthy game. This victory type would take forever, mostly because of getting level 4 buildings. But it actually is not. The part where we get the level 4 buildings turns out not to be that bad. Again, the mechanical arc of the game is really strange, and it turns out you almost never need more than tier 3 materials for anything. Alright, we are at 69. That number is not as nice as it could be. 77, and... Okay, this should do it, right? There we go. Provided nothing stupid happens here. And sure, I guess we'll give you your level up. Even more decrease in the group death chance. So yeah, I'll be curious to see with the new patch, like, how they've rebalanced the importance of the stats. I took a very brief glimpse over the patch notes, and they were long, so it seems like they've made a lot of changes. I'll probably look at them in more detail before the next episode so that I can pick out the stuff that's really relevant. Finishing main quest? Yes. That's just not correct. What this line, I guess, really means is, did you get a victory? Okay, it turns out to be an 18 God point game. Honestly, that doesn't feel that great for the amount of time that we expended, but hey, we got there. We have done now both of the victory types. So, that extra long episode is going to make that, this is it. It's it, this for us now here. Long day. Come back next time, tomorrow. New stuff in a new version. I guess let me know in the comments below if there's a strategy you would like to see pursued, a god that we could play with. We have lots of god points. We could buy some stuff. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll see you then.